Everyone. I need a few more seconds to check everything. I think we are already live on Twitch. Hello to my Twitch viewers. And I think I should be live on YouTube as well. I hope not much technical difficulties this time. Yes, we are live. Hello everyone. Hello to my Twitch and YouTube viewers. And let's start. Today we are going to uh, to analyze, to check games from Japan Chess Championship 2026 and 27th Argentina Cup. It's the same tournament, just Embassy of Argentina in Japan. They have some special prizes. And yes, round five, we already covered first four rounds. And round five started today, early morning, 5:30 a.m. Yerevan time, so it was not convenient to stream. But we can stream it and we can check the games now. Let's go. Let's start with uh, quick and short games. So round two, International Master 2402 is playing 1826 and he started the game with knight c3. d5 is the strongest. And we have e6 or d4. You can go d5, I guess. d5. And after e4, we are transposing to French defense. Bishop f4. Jobava, London. And here bishop d6 is a very decent move, knight f6. Yes, after knight f6, this is pure transposition to Jobava, London, knight b5, knight a6, and then e3. Okay, c6, I don't like it much. e4, and now bishop b4. Queen d3, typical move. If d takes c, queen takes c4 comes. Computer even shows queen g3. Queen takes, knight f6 is super logical, queen d3. And here c5, another move is to go b6, long castle bishop a6, queen f3 takes on f1, takes on c3, some knight d5. So b6 would have been a very decent move. c5, long castle. Yes, you need to take on d4 with the pawn. This move computer doesn't like, takes, and now knight d5 has been the point. If you go some queen c5, then knight f4 comes, but we have queen g3. You need to take, otherwise knight is hanging on b8, pawn is hanging on g7, and now queen takes. Queen g7 doesn't really work because I can go rook f8 or knight g6. And some problems are there because I have bishop b5, I want to take on c5. So it was this, knight f3, bishop d3. And you need to take, but I'm sure black didn't like some bishop h7 ideas. Queen h4 is coming, bishop h7 is there. So it was h6, queen h4, and now queen takes and g4. Wow, wow, I like it very much. I like it very much. So now g4 with the ideas to go g5. We don't care much about our uh, queen side and king on c1. And now c4, bishop e4, queen a1, queen a5, c3, white is super safe, g5 is coming, rook g1, g5 ideas are also there, f5, g takes, bishop c2. You could also go some rook g1, rook hg1, rook dg1, queen d8, 97, rook g3 with the ideas to go rook g1, rook g1, rook g6 threatening rook takes h6, and now 95, rook g7. If you take rook g7, queen f6 comes, queen takes c4. Wow, very beautiful. F takes 0, rook f7, and then rook g8 checkmate, queen d5. Yes, only winning move. So I'm ready to go rook g7, queen f7. Rook g1 doesn't work because of queen f7. I also threaten queen d8. Yes. Yes, I agree. Very beautiful game. Very beautiful game by uh, round 2. What happened in this one? So we have Kobayashi CM against Tomohiko Matsuo. C4, knight f6, knight f3, c5, d5 takes c3, knight d5. Some other moves are also possible, like bishop b5, maybe bishop c4, d4. So takes, this is also possible. Queen d5. Another option is to take with the pawn. And after he takes d, I remember some b4 ideas. Yes, c takes b, bishop b2. And it's not that easy for black to complete his development. Queen takes d5, b3 with the ideas to get the bishop on b2 and another bishop on c4. Bishop e7, bishop b2, short castle bishop c4. You need to move your queen. And here, queen e4, queen d6, queen d8 are typical moves, but queen h5 and now g4. If you take rook g1 is coming. And now h4. b5 already sacrificing the pawn. Otherwise, if you play slowly, that I can push h5, I can also push g5, maybe h5 and then g5. So this takes rook h3, queen e2, preparing some long castle ideas, maybe. Now bishop d3, and now g5, knight h2. Knight e5 would have been stronger, queen takes, king takes, knight e5, bishop e5. And now this takes, knight is coming to g4, bishop f5, knight g4, rook g1. Yes, Tomohiko, he gave up, he collapsed. I think, yes, here you can take e takes d, queen d5 is possible. Some small problems are there, but no need to go queen h5. You need to move your queen somewhere else, and then maybe knight c6, bishop d7 or b6, bishop b7. Of course, anyway, position remains unpleasant for black. Some queen c2, h4, knight g5 ideas are always there, or h4, knight g5 without queen c2. No, but queen h5, you are provoking white to play some g4, opening h and g files. We have this one, this one. So we have Kota Nagataki, 2037 against Nanjo. So e4, d6, and instead of playing knight c6 and Sveshnikov, d6, and now this, and Najdorf. Bishop g5, one of the main continuations. Many other moves are also possible: f3, f4, g3, h3, h4, rook g1, bishop e2, bishop d3, bishop c4, a3 and a4, knight b3. So almost all the moves are possible. Bishop g5, knight d7, he goes. Now white is choosing between bishop c4, f4, bishop c4, queen e2, f4, bishop c4, queen b6, bishop b3, e6, queen d2, bishop e7. If you go knight c5, then bishop f6 ideas are there. Here, if I'm not mistaken, white is also having bishop f6, knight f6, and queen d2. And now long castle knight c5. You need to attack my pawn on e4, rook e1. And yes, here you need to play some queen c7. Queen c7 or h6, bishop h4, uh, queen c7. Or maybe first h6 and then short castle. Because these now f4 ideas are there. And h6, I can go h4 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, now g4, another decent move. Queen c7, bishop f6. No, I don't like this. I think f4 is even stronger with the ideas to go e5. And whenever h6, I think, yes, you go h4. This is already a very unpleasant position. So g4, queen c7, now bishop f6. Another move was to go f4. Takes g5. Bishop d8 would have been better move. Nanjo played bishop e7 and now f4, another wave. f5, f6 is coming, or f5, f takes c is coming. b5, f5. b4, knight a4, knight b3, a takes b. So white is super safe on queen side. King is coming to b1. I can always push f6. So bishop d7 and now f6 ideas are there and f6. G takes, bishop f6. If you take, bishop f6. I have queen h6, I have rook g1, I have also e5 ideas. So bishop d8, and now king b1, g6. This is super unpleasant position for Nanjo. White can push h4, h5, I guess. You can also take this pawn. So rook e3, another logical move. Rook is coming to h3 to get the queen on h5 and checkmate. Queen a5, attacking on a4 and g5. I'm not scared losing my pawn on a4, rook h3. Yes, let's say if you take bishop a4 and after b takes a you take, then let's even rook h6, then queen will come on h5. So h5 typical idea. If you take g takes h, maybe even king h7, I can play. I can of course take on f6. Rook g1. White wants to sacrifice on h5. So bishop takes, pawn takes, queen e5, and now bishop is coming from b6. Rook h4, defending on e4, rook c8, knight f3, queen a5, rook h5. Yes, e5 detects e queen before would have been the strongest. Now rook h5. G takes h ideas probably does not work because of g6, but we have bishop f6. It's beautiful. Punishment. If you take g takes f, then queen h5 is coming. If you don't take on f6, then how are you going to checkmate? Bishop will be standing on g7. So this queen h5, rook g4. Wow, beautiful. Actually beautiful. If I take queen h6 is coming and checkmate. But rook c2, brilliant move. Of course, if you take with the queen, then queen g4 comes. And you aren't going to checkmate. And you don't have queen h6 ideas. And if you take with the king, yes, I can start with rook c8. You need to go somewhere and then I will take. And your king is in danger. So it was b3. b3 is another move. And now takes. Yes, you go queen h6, but I will take queen e4 and then queen a4. And now queen e4, king c1, queen c2. And here I have queen a4 and I have check, I have check, I have check, and rook c8, queen h7 doesn't give anything, king f8. So I should say that Nagataki played really well and got promising position, but maybe the crucial inaccuracy came when he captured on h5 and he He was hoping maybe opponent to take g takes h and g6. I'm sure that he noticed bishop f6, g takes f, queen h5, and maybe his idea was to play brilliant rook g4 with the ideas to go rook h4 and then queen h6, or rook h8, king h8, queen h6, but he forgot about, or he missed about this in between rook takes c2 ideas. So Nanjo wins this game and he's 4.5 out of 5. And let's see another game. Uh, So Shinya Kojima won with the white pieces against Hiroto Taga. And we have this c5. Another move is to go short castle. Knight c3 is coming. You can also go d5. Knight f3. Takes with the knight. Knight c6. Knight c3. Yes, another move is to go short castle. Black is choosing between d6. Or maybe knight takes d4 and then d6. Knight a5. Another move is to go d6, short castle, bishop e6, b3. Let's say this. I go short castle, go bishop e6, attacking here. I go b3, you go some queen d7 or queen c8, preparing bishop h3. Knight a5, b3, attacking and defending on c4. Now knight g4, bishop d2. Another move is to go queen d2 with ideas to get the bishop on b2 eventually. Knight c6, short castle, d6, h3, moving the knight away, rook c1, knight a3, knight is coming to b5, bishop e3, knight b5, queen d2, another classy move, rook d1. Now white is just slowly improving the position. Queen c8, attacking on h3, king h2, defending. Rook d8, knight d5, already threatening knight b6, and now c takes d, f4, queen takes a5, white is completely winning, b4 is coming, and white is also pawn up. I have also knight d4, knight c6 ideas, knight d4, and now takes. I'm ready to go b4 and then get the knight rook on c6. Bishop a1, queen d4, rook c4, g4, threatening g5, and then queen g7 or queen h8 checkmate ideas, g5, and now takes, g takes f, rook c3. You take queen c3, I can take bishop c3, or queen takes c3, you take rook d4, you are getting checkmated. And of course, beautiful game by Shinya Kojima, and I can say that Hiroto Taga, he didn't play well opening part of the game, and especially starting from this point, going knight a5 and then some knight g4, d6, again retreating the knight back to c6. Hello, morning, 5. Yes, very beautiful win, very beautiful game by Shinya Kojima, and he's 4 out of 5. I apologize. Yes, we have this game between Kohei Yamada and Kan Nakahara. c4, knight f6, knight f3, e6, knight c3, and d3, b3, bishop b2. Yes, both knight takes d5 and e takes d ideas are possible. If you take knight d5, usually white is playing some queen b1 or queen c2 and then h4, knight g5, maybe even at some point a3. I like e takes d more, and here there is one line. I think you go knight c6 and then you go knight e4. Yes, yes, I'm really impressed by the level of knight c6 and now knight e4 with the ideas to play bishop f6. D takes c is possible move. Another move is to go shortcuts and then now bishop f6. Yes. D takes c. The line goes. I think doesn't matter. We can go queen a5 or bishop f6. Let's say bishop f6. You go rook c1. I go queen a5. You need to play knight d4, and now I take knight c5. If you go short castle, then I take knight d4. He takes d and knight e6. Of course, black and white cannot be worse. So if you want to play for something, then you need to take. And here queen d2 you have. If you go short castle, then knight e4 is coming again. Yes, queen c2, knight takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. You take with the queen, I go queen a2. And yes, queen c6 ideas always bishop e6 comes. Maybe here, yes, bishop e6. And yes, here you have queen d2 stopping knight e4, but something else is working if I'm not mistaken. Yes, both d4 and rook d8 ideas are there. Yes, you can simply go rook d8, and if short castle d4 should be coming, you need to play knight a4. I can take queen d2 takes, and I will be taking here. You need to take this g takes f and d4 or rook b8. I have also this bishop f5. What's the idea if I go short castle? This one is not that forcing. And what about d4? You need to take, and bishop a6 is excellent move. This one as well. Short castle bishop d4. I need to play something like this. You take, I take, you go knight e6. Hello, hello. Thank you. I'm doing okay. Do I know you? Because I apologize, but couldn't recognize your YouTube account, and I don't have a chance here to check your account photo. Okay, short castle and now bishop f6 comes. I think even Dingley Ram played many other high-rated players. So the point is being d takes c doesn't work. Knight e4 d takes c. We have rook c1. You can take also knight e4, h3 you are stopping bishop g4, knight e4 you can take, rook c1 is also decent move. But knight e4 d takes c, what's the point? Knight e5 you need to play. And now I have many moves. Knight e5 d takes c, queen d1, c takes d, knight c6, b takes c, bishop e6, so everything is working. Oh, sure, sure, sure. Of course, Luis, of course. Of course I remembered you. Great. Yes, I apologize once again because uh, I could see your uh, YouTube account, but I was honestly speaking, I was thinking it's maybe it's you, Luis, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. Of course, I remember, and you knew uh, many of the lines we covered together. Yes, I'm happy that you are back after some months. Will you play any open tournament, any tournament? Are you planning to play anywhere? So rook c1 and now c takes d. Of course, the main point behind knight c6, knight e4, and bishop f6 to eventually take on d4. Knight e4 takes. Knight d4, and you need to take with the bishop, of course. Kohei Yamada plays bishop takes. Yes, thank you very much, Luis, for joining my stream. And bishop e6, another move is, of course, to take. Queen takes. White cannot be worse, but I think with some precise decisions, black will equalize. Bishop e6. And I have bishop c4. I can take on f6. Bishop takes f6, takes rook c7. I like this. Queen b2, rook c2, queen e5, queen d4. So probably the only FIDE rated one is Jaffa International. Not a lot. Hopefully can get to 2000, yes, 2050 at least. Interesting games so far. Yes. So tournament is in your country. Yes, yesterday officially I got position of head coach of Japan's Japan men's team. So I will be the head coach of Open team, men's team, and yes, I'm following and covering, analyzing, commentating national championship. Yes, I'm not sure why does White play Queen d4 because if he wanted to trade the queens, I think Queen c1, Rook d1. Of course, Black isn't having any problems, any real problems, but White as well. I will go Queen c1, Rook d1, Rook d4. If you try to play some Rook c8 or Rook d8, then we will have some massive trades, and game most likely will end in a draw. Thank you very much, wife. Congratulations. What a honor. Yes, yes. Yep. Indonesia has only two FIDE tournaments a year, as far as I know. Tragic. Huge congrats, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, we had our interview. It was, if I'm not mistaken, I was in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, 2026 February and 25th of February, if I'm not mistaken, and we had our interview for this position, and it went quite well. But of course, they said we need some time to decide. And yes, yesterday officially they announced that I got that position. Because my point, anyway, I had free time and I decided why not let's analyze the games. And if I get the position, it will be good for me that um, I will be more familiar with the players, their games, and their skills and qualities. And yesterday officially they announced. Thank you very much. Yes, Queen d4 I don't like. Queen d4 takes. Rook f d8, Rook d1, and now Rook c8. Yes, slowly we created some small problems for us. Rook takes c8, still nothing. Rook takes d5, Bishop d7, King f1. Maybe f3 would have been better. Rook c2, a4, having ideas to go Bishop b5, f3. Yes, you need to play some Bishop d5 because King d6 there is Bishop e4. You have also g4, h4. No, no, I don't like this Rook a1. Because anyway, with the black pieces, I would like to have my pawn on a6. But what if bishop b7? Bishop b7? Because if you take, I take here, and if you go this, I have bishop f1. This is important, but maybe here bishop c6 comes. And now I don't want to lose my pawn on g2. If I take, yes, this is unpleasant. This is very unpleasant. I'm going to lose this pawn on d6. So rook d1 again, king d7, stopping this pawn, g4, rook c3, king f2, g6. f4 would have been better, so takes. Still, white is not lost. Rook g1, takes, rook g7, now takes, king e5. But this is very unpleasant. King is coming to f4. I can also start pushing a5 and a4. King f4, check, defending the pawn. King g3, now king h4. Yes, you can easily take and some f4. King is coming to g5. Black should be careful to not let bishop f5, and king might come to a1. And that's why f4. You just go f4, king g5, you start pushing a5. So rook a3, bishop e4. a2, bishop takes, rook c2 comes. And rook a8, I have rook d6. Hello, who do you think will win this tournament? I think at the moment Nakahara, he is having 5 out of 5. Still, we are going to have important games and important rounds, because in round 6, Nakahara is going to play a higher rated opponent. He is going to play Nanjo, and most likely with the white pieces. So Nakahara will be playing white pieces. I think it is going to be between, and also Tarantu 24 plus international master. He's having 4.5, so there is no much uh, a difference, only half point, and every game is important. And this one, I think, opening part, yes, Nakahara again, he impressed by his level of preparation, opening preparation, and Yamada. I think I'm not sure why he played Queen d4, because if he wanted to make a draw and to be solid, then he could play some Queen c1, Rook d1, or after Rook c7, Queen e5, he could play Queen c2, or after Queen b2, he could just play Queen c2. So I think first he wanted to play for something, and then he changed his mind and he started playing for equality, for a draw, but something went wrong for him. Because let's say in this position, if you want to make a draw, why aren't you playing some Queen c2? Let's say takes, Rook c1. Yes, I don't think I have any problems. Or in this position, like just go bishop c4, queen is coming to e4, queen is coming to e2. I think this move also cannot be. You have queen b2, you have queen b2, but again should be equality, right? Even up to rook a1, white is having all the chances. You can go g4. Okay, let's see this one. We have Kohei Yonemitsu against Otsuka. e4 e6, queen e2. Of course, the main continuation is to go d4, but some alternatives are there. You can go d3, and then knight d2. So queen e2 making d5 ideas less attractive because I can always take e takes d and then knight c3 comes. So this takes, and the queen d5, knight c3 is coming, of course. Knight c6. I think another move is c5 to play, and now knight f3, e5, stopping d4 ideas, c3, knight f6, d4. You know, some opening prep. The best is to go bishop e7 and d4 e takes d. If you take e takes d, I have ideas to go e5. So this, and now h3. I have queen c2, I have d5, I have also h3. So bishop e7 and now g4. Now computer doesn't like g4, you can go d5 and then c4, knight c3, get some space advantage. g4, e takes d and d5 ideas might be very much possible. h6, stopping g5, bishop g2, short castle, a5, rook d1, e takes d, c takes d, d5, e5, and now knight c3, takes. Yeah, you need to push a4, knight a5, or b6, bishop a6, and white will move the knight from f3 and then f4 maybe. Bishop f4, bishop f4 I don't like. I would move my knight, yes, knight h2, f4, or knight e1, and then f4, and why not this knight might come to e3 as well. So bishop f4, bishop a6, queen e3, queen d7, rook e1, g5, knight g5, knight d8, important move, h4, preparing bishop h3, queen g4, no h4, queen g4 is important, bishop g3, of course. You don't want to play queen g3. Yes, after queen's trade, it's almost impossible to imagine white to create any attack. Bishop c4 defending on d5, bishop h3, bishop takes g5, forcing bishop g4, otherwise queen h3 would come. And some equality, a3, preparing rook b1 or rook d1, knight e6, rook d1, defending. You can also play f4, yes, f4, bishop e1, stopping b4 and attacking on a5, but sacrificing on f4. I think f5, g takes f, bishop f5, but b4, if something like this, yes, you have activity because h5, bishop h4 ideas are coming. So it was this, rook here, f5 takes, king h8, now rook g8, takes, b4, and now a4, now a3. No need to take, but looks at least logical. King f4, now a2, rook g8. Unpleasant position and lost position for white. Rook a8 is almost winning the game. Rook is coming to b1. If you go this, then rook b1 is coming anyway. Rook b1, bishop d3. As you could play some king c2. Maybe with the ideas to go b5. So many inaccuracies. Rook b3, rook is coming to b1 eventually. And rook b1, of course, rook b1, rook b3, b1. Okay. So today we are having Today we are having Nanjo with the white pieces against Nakahara, Otsuka with the white pieces against Tran 2, uh, Shunji Hashimoto against Kobayashi. We have Kojima with the black pieces, Shinya Kojima with the black pieces against Mache. Somehow, I believe Kojima will be winning. And we have this one, um, Kentaro Togawa against Kohei Yamada. And Alex Auerbuch with the white pieces, he's playing against Kota Nagataki. Okay, let's first see what is happening here because feels and seems like black is already winning. So 1826 with the white pieces against 2182. And this is well-known theoretical line. Nimzo with queen c2, you can go d5, c5, short castle, knight c6, b6. Okay, d5, a3, this is known, bishop g5, and here knight bd7 is working, c5 is working, everything is working, d takes is working. Yes, takes, you are choosing between queen f3 and queen g3, queen f3, knight d7, and now e3, h6. Yes, takes. Yes, long castle. Another move is knight e2. I remember some knight e2. Okay, long castle e5. And now it takes d doesn't work. You need to play, yes, you need to play this knight e2. This is important. Bishop g4 is coming, queen g3. And here I have different ways, but d3 is the strongest, f3 and rook c8. Yes, this is interesting and well-known line, and I can recommend the games of Shant Sargsyan he drew. I don't exactly remember, but someone well-known, maybe even Daniel Darda. And they both. So he takes the bishop g4, and yes, huge blunder, huge inaccuracy. Queen b7 takes, and now d5, bishop h5 back. Not the strongest. You could first try rook b8, but I think bishop h5 also should be very much possible. So queen f3. Another move is also to go queen g3, and here again you can go knight d7, rook e8, e5. Yes, this is important. And long castle here, I guess e5 is good. And here e5, then e takes d. And if e takes d, I have long castle or knight e2. So what's the... here you go e5. And if I take, you take. And if I go long castle, you have g5. Wow. This is the difference. So bishop f6 is the strongest because here again e5 you go, and always I have ideas to go g5 and then take on c5. So I don't care about exposing my king side. So takes. Long castle is possible. Another move is knight e2. Again, you can go e5. You can also go this, knight c3, d2, king e2 or king d1. Okay, this, and here knight e2. Of course, knight e2 is the strongest. This bishop g4. And black is already massively better. Black is already winning. Wow. I like this. I like this. Otsuka against Tarantu, e4, c5, and then this, a6, c4. In 2025, when I was playing in Japan Open against Tarantu, I got exactly the same opening, same line. And here he played against me. I think he played queen c7. Yes, he played queen c7. I played bishop e2. And he played b6. I think I played short castle, right? He played bishop b7, I played queen d3. And now he played d6. Yes, bishop b2, bishop b4. Here different moves are possible, including knight c2, including queen d3. He played b6 with ideas to get the bishop on b7. I played short castle, bishop b7. And now you always can go f3, but here f3 is not recommended. It would have been better to first play bishop e3 and later on f3, because here, no, here also knight c6 is coming. So I played this, and now d6 with the ideas to get the knight on d7 and then knight c5. I played f4, knight d7, and I played b4, stopping knight c5. So this is well-known line. Here you need to play this, and d takes d comes, bishop takes b4, d takes c comes, and then you take on f7, this, you go some queen h3, queen d7. Okay, here we have a3, and now bishop b3, and now f3, and knight c6, rook c1, knight e5. You can easily go bishop e7, also bishop c5 moves are possible. You can also take on d4 and then bishop c5. After knight d4, white can take with the queen and bishop c5, queen d2. Because if you take with the bishop, then bishop d6 ideas might be there. So knight e5, I don't think you really threaten to take here because bishop c4 and then knight d5. So bishop e2, again, you cannot take this because takes. Knight d5 isn't winning because knight d5 and then knight e3, but I have knight a4. Okay, knight g6, queen d2, and now h5. And here, please. So white is having b4, typical idea, knight a4. You don't have your knight on d7. Maybe we can go b4, we can go knight a4, and then move this knight from d4, attacking or putting pressure on b6. And the main point behind h5, if you go short castle, I might go some bishop d6 ideas, maybe. Yes, bishop d6 is the point. Yes, bishop d6 is the point. And now you need to play h3, but I'm slightly weakening your dark squares, but here king d1. King d1, king is coming here and not to a1, first to b1. A very classy move, bishop e7, king c2. And I don't castle short side. I'm slowly bringing my king to b1, maybe later on to a1, but I don't think I need my king on a1. And you cannot afford yourself castling long side. You cannot keep your king in the center of the board very long. And you need to castle at some point short side. And yes, b5 and d5 ideas are well stopped. And I can maybe start considering, to push my h, g, and f pawns. Oh, I like this idea very much. And what else are we having? Yes, this one. And b3, d5. Alex Averbuch, 2126 cm with the white pieces against Kota Nagataki, 2037. Bishop b2, bishop f5. You can also go here e5. Bishop b2, knight c6. So this bishop b2, bishop f5, e3, e6. And yes, c4, knight f3. We have knight f3, knight f6. And now bishop g4, of course. If you go bishop g6, then always I can take, maybe play d3, knight d2, g3, bishop g2. So this bishop b2 takes. Yes, you can go c5 and knight c6, bishop e7, f4, knight e4, knight f3. Computer doesn't like this knight e4 ideas. You can just go c5 and knight c6. Now bishop f6 and c3. Wow, very classy decision. Yeah, you cannot really take on f6 because after queen f6 you need to. Yeah, because takes. Yes, if you go d4, then short castle, I can also push c5. Yes, if you go c3, then yes, c3 very classy decision. We aren't trading the bishops, and we want to go d3. We can move your knight away, maybe to c5, maybe to d6, where your knight is not nicely placed. And then I have knight d2 ideas. I can think about e4, maybe even g4, g5. Yes, it doesn't mean much, but maybe some small. And let's see this one again: d4, d5, c4, e6. I have seen only one game by Maciej, and that game with the black pieces, he didn't play well. He lost. So, and Shinya Kojima is super solid. Yes, this here different moves are there. D takes is one of them. You can also go knight bd7, c6, h6, a5. And Kojima goes a5, queen c2, a4. Uh, I don't think we threaten a3, but if you play some nice e3, maybe I will go a3. I think I will. Yes, rook d1. If I play nice e3, you will go even here a3 doesn't give much, just b3. Okay, a3, and now knight d7, bishop g5. I'm not sure why do we go bishop g5. We can go rook d1. So this h6. Yes, if you take knight takes, so bishop f4 here and c6. I don't like this bishop g5, h6, bishop f4. Why we provoked h7, h6? This only can be uh, preferable for black. Some small achievement having the pawn on h6. And let's see this one. So Shunji Hashimoto with the white pieces, 1859, is playing against Kobayashi, 2130. d4, g6, knight f3, bishop g7, c4, d6, g3, knight d7. So bishop g2, a5. Yeah, you can go short castle, you can go knight c3, you can take also on e5. k4, knight e7, knight c3. Maybe the main point behind uh, this setup for black to play some knight c6 later on, or to take on d4 and then play knight c6. Okay, short castle, and again, computer likes this. He takes d4, knight takes d4, and knight c6. So we have a5, just useful move, b3, and now d5. I think you could play bishop e3 or first bishop g5 and then bishop e3. So d5, knight goes back. Now bishop b2, I don't like having my bishop on b2, because bishop doesn't do anything on b2, or doesn't do much. So this f5, knight g5 ideas are not dangerous because of knight c5. You don't have b4. And here we have a3, white is slowly preparing b4, knight f6, putting pressure on e4. Though computer likes some bishop h6. And now knight d2. Whenever you take on e4, I will just take with the knight from d2. And here g5. Yes, I think you need to take. Yes, you need to take on f5 and then get your knight on e4. Why f4 ideas are not good here? You will take g takes f. No, f4 is possible. Yes, f4 and then g5. I think by g5 Kobayashi wanted to go f4, but here g5 gives extra option of e takes f. No, g5. And eventually top board, We have Nanjo against Nakahara, c4, knight f6, knight f3. Usually Nanjo starts the game with e4, but in this game he decided to go c4. Okay, g3, d5, and now d takes c. Some other moves are also possible. So in the game to Sun vs Otsuka, it is okay to manually long castle even though it takes longer. Very nice question. Thank you very much. It feels more intuitive to stay in the middle than rather to manually castle to the queen side and get attacked brutally. Okay, very nice question. And yes, we are talking about this game and especially about this position. Of course, if you would play something else, bishop e7, short castle, or knight d4, and then queen d4, bishop c5, queen d2, and then short castle, I would go bishop e2, I would go short castle, maybe king h1 at some point. But now Black is preparing against short castle ideas. So, bishop e2, knight g6, queen d2, h5. Of course, it doesn't mean that after short castle you are going to get checkmated with the white pieces. Of course not, because we have pieces and black doesn't have much attacking pieces and nothing to attack. But after short castle, this is the typical square for the bishop. And now how do you respond? If you go f4, then you are losing this pawn. If you go g3, then I will be taking bishop g3. And yes, you need to be very happy not to lose the game. Yes, you aren't losing the game, but of course you have problems. And how else are you going to defend? So this typical ideas knight b5 does not work because I have this in between move and then I can move my queen to g3 or maybe even b8 if you play king h1. So that's why, so generally with the white pieces I would like to castle short side. But here, because of the current circumstances, you are preparing this bishop d6 ideas, so king d1. You don't have your knight on c6. My king comes to b1. My king will be super safe there. And you don't have any b5 ideas because look, 1, 2, 3, 4. d5 also you don't have because your king is also in the center of the board. So I'm getting my king on b1. Look, so we already have. And black, of course, went short castle because black uh, could not wait or castle long side or keep the king in the center of the board. Yes, but now with the pawn on h5, I don't like your knight on g6. I don't like your pawn on h5. Again, d5 ideas aren't working because of this X-ray. b5 isn't working. I can easily take it. It is almost impossible to imagine that white can face any difficulties on king on b1, especially king on b1. And now we have c6, yes, forcing opponent to take b5, bishop b7, and then c5. Wow, a very quick c5, and a4 a6. He's playing so. Another move is to go queen b3, making all c6 c5 ideas harder. But of course, by uh, having queen on c2, you have ideas to go b3 and bishop b2. Uh, yes, here I'm forced, right? Here I'm forced. Yes, I'm forced to take. And I have also short castle ideas. Okay, this takes b5, queen c2, bishop b7, short castle and c5, a4 and a6. Because if you go b4, then I have ideas to go d3, and knight will come to c4. So a6, if you take on b5, then I will take and then rook a8, bishop takes a8, knight a3, attacking on b5, but not really threatening to win the pawn because in the end of the line, rook is hanging on a1. So bishop e7, d3, knight d7, and b3. Yes, bishop e3, computer likes more. So if you go short castle, then you are losing your pawn because now my rook is not hanging on a1. But instead of playing bishop b3 after bishop e3, why not queen b6? Yes, queen b6 ideas aren't working because I have b4. You have queen b6, but some problems will be there. I can take a takes b, a takes b, b4. I can also go b4. So b3, and Nanja goes b3 with the ideas to get the bishop along this a1, h8 diagonal. And now bishop b2, queen b6, defending on b5, e4. Another typical move, just restricting knight on f6 and bishop on b7. And now this, rook is coming to fd8. And what are we having? Okay, in this position, I'm not sure why not d3. I would go d3, and yes, you have knight d6 and you have knight c5. Your knight doesn't do anything on d6, or yes, he played short castle. I would start with d3. I think anyway d3 is coming. Yes, you are very much welcome. Sicilian Khan. Black was preparing to attack kingside, so white went to the queen side, which is much safer than the king side. And by doing that, black's position is a bit awkward, not doing what they want to. Exactly, exactly. Hello, everyone, once again. Thank you for supporting my channel and staying with me. And hello to my Twitch viewers. Yes, we are already live 1 hour, which is great. Yeah, short castle. I like white's position. You want to go d3. You want to get your knight on d2. The only idea why I wanted to delay castling short side because maybe I could go knight bd2 after d3 and then g4. Still, I can of course afford myself going g4, but with the king on g1, it will be much more dangerous. Yes, here not much is happening. Knight e4, not a typical move. I think if you go knight c2 or you go knight bd2, I will go f5. Yes, if you attack my knight on e4, f5, and once again the main question, we can criticize Maciej for playing bishop g5 and then after h6. Usually when you go bishop g5 after h6, you need to take on f6. Otherwise, why do you provoke this h6? Because generally h6 is a very useful move for black. And now you are provoking. And now c6, rook d1, knight e4, and if you go knight c3 or you go knight d2, doesn't matter. I think Shinya Kojima will play f7, f5, and I like his position. Yes, here we have the c takes f, bishop takes f5. Another option is to take knight f5. Knight might come to d4, but this knight e4. Yes, I will take knight e4. This is advantage, no doubts for white. I don't like again my bishop on this a1 h8 diagonal. I would like to have my bishop on somewhere on e3 or because bishop doesn't do anything. Yes, knight e4, knight takes e4. But white is anyway having better position. Thank you. Bye. Yes, I need to take my medicine. And what do we see that even king a1? Otsuka played king a1. Otsuka played king a1. Once again, I'm not sure what does my rook do on e8. b5 ideas are super difficult. I can always take c takes b, and d takes d5 doesn't work. I can take on d5. And your rook on e8 doesn't do much. No, this should be okay. I'm ready to go rook fd8, 8 takes b, 8 takes b. What do you want? What do you want? Okay, now I would like to go to chess results, and then we go to Japan, this one, and round 6. So we have only one player, 5 out of 5, CM Kan Nakahara, 2244. We have two players, Nanjo and Rantu, 4.5 out of 5. And then we have four players, Otsuka, Kobayashi, Kojima, and Hashimoto. They are having 4 points out of 5. Yes. Today I'm expecting, yes, Kohei Yamada to win his game with the black pieces against Togawa Kentaro. And this one hard to say, Alex Auerbuch against Nagataki Kota. And I'm expecting Kojima to win against Mache. Um, this one harder to say. And yes, this one as well. Most likely on board one we are going to see some draw. Now I would like to go to discuss some international chess. Uh, moving a bit from Japan National Championship, and we have, of course, tournament in Sweden. We need to discuss this, and we have some small and big surprises. First of all, I would say it's super painful to see Swedish number one Nils Grandelius starting the tournament 0 out of 3 because he always been close to 2700. I think at the moment he's having a rating of 2660 plus. But yes, he lost Arjun Erigaisi yesterday. He lost Magnus the day before, and yes, it doesn't look great. And I would like to very quickly recommend this one. First of all, it's interesting that Nils Grandelius against Arjun Erigaisi, he played Dragon, classical Dragon, and here d5. And Arjun, instead of taking e takes d and then playing knight c6 and then bishop d4, which is more or less considered the strongest or the best, he went this, e takes c, and yes, you have h4 here, you have bishop h6, but bishop c4. I think this is the move Vaishali played against Lagno uh, candidates last round. And here Lagno played something, yes, you have rook b8, you have e6, e6 is the strongest, but she played this maybe. Or maybe not this one. Can it be this? E takes d. Yes, I think it was bishop e6 and a logical move, but you need to know. Already many years in chess, you cannot play only by sticking to logic. You need to know. Because bishop e6, you are basically saying, okay, it takes d, this is the line, you go knight d5, I take knight d5, you take, I go queen c7, and this is well known, black is having enough compensation and activity, queen a8, there is bishop f5, yes, there is bishop f5, black is already better, and let's do the same here, but yes, with the huge respect, yes, some bishop b3. If I'm not mistaken, this was the line. Yes, knight takes d5 and bishop takes d5. Yes, you can already see that a lot of problems are ahead for black. So e6, of course, e6 is the improvement. No doubts, Niels, he knew, and bishop b3. So the point is being you are cementing with your bishop on b3, you are cementing this b file and you are ready to push h4, h5. And again, Niels knew this, and now h4, and he knew even d takes c. You can take knight e4. You can also play queen f2. Arjun played queen f2, but he didn't know much. He didn't know much. Usually Arjun is blitzing out, but He didn't know much, and queen c7, knight takes c4, takes, and c5, another classy move. And you can choose already between bishop e4 and rook fd8. I fully understand Niels, not for sacrificing, because if you go bishop e4, you need to very seriously consider this and rook takes f8. So he played this, bishop a7, queen e5, you can again take on e4. But maybe he didn't like something. How am I going to take? I need to take with the queen or with the rook, and if this, you have queen e5, queen b2. So it was this, c3, and now queen e4, rook takes, rook e1, takes, and yes, he lost from this position. Of course, black is not lost, but over the board, Niels Brandelius didn't manage to find all the best and strongest continuations. And yes, this one, Andy Woodward with the white pieces he drew against Jordan. Jordan again came up with some interesting opening ideas. So he has so many ideas, uh, always well prepared. And Magnus didn't manage to get much out of the opening. He played this queen c2 against Slav. It is also interesting to see Nodirbeck sticking and playing uh, Slav like Sindarov recently. Maybe even, they started working together. Or um, for this cycle, I don't see any other any big problems for them working together. Yes, because I think the main question is being Sindarov to win the match. For Nodirbeck doesn't really matter. It's Kukers. If it is not him, then doesn't matter who else is there. I think no, not really, because he will most likely um, want to Sindarov to be there instead of Gukesh. Maybe they are helping each other. Yes, and here we know detect C, we know some other ideas, E6, G6, and he played G6. I remember very long time it was bishop f4, bishop g7, e3. That was the strongest. You go bishop f4, and then after bishop g7, you go e3, and then after short castle, you are playing knight c3. But here c5. c5 is coming, and black is slowly equalizing. And later on, I think Rinat Jumabayev came up with this idea, maybe because knight c3, I'm not sure you can go. No, knight c3 you can also, because detect c4 is coming, and something like this. This is the idea uh, Rinat Jumabayev came up. Instead of having bishop on this h2 b8 diagonal, later on you will play b3 and then maybe bishop a3, maybe a4, bishop a3. No, but even this doesn't work because of c5. So Magnus took and played this, and then this, and then this. Yes, no doubts. Both players didn't check this position before the round, before the game. And yes, I can say that Noderbeck didn't play the strongest. He got some small issues, problems, but eventually managed to make a draw. And yes, of course, once again, young prodigy, Turkish prodigy, he's proving everyone that he deserves having 27 plus rating, and he entered to top 30, which is insane at the age of 14, 15. I think he's already 15. He entered to top 30. Yes, this is insane. Yes, but players with, let's say, who is 20, 25, 30, they shouldn't uh, have psychological problems. Yes, it's more than okay. It's more than okay. And this game somehow Zhu Jiner didn't play well. I think throughout the game always it's been Black's control, under Black's control. Yes. You aren't really attacking anything. Knight h5, knight is also coming to f4. Knight f6, bishop c5, bishop d4. I can do anything I wish. This is... No, I think if Zhu Jiner would play all her strength, this game wouldn't been easy or that easy for anyone, including of course Erdogmus. But somehow I'm also surprised. Why do you go knight f3, 3b3? Like, why do you go knight f3, 3b3? Like, so many ideas, so many positions are there, and you go knight f3, 3b3. I mean, Magnus can afford, Fabi can afford, Hikaru can afford playing this opening. I really don't understand, and her coaches. I know Zhu Jainer. I had a chance and honor opportunity to speak um, with her, to talk to her. Uh, that was in 2024, end of the year. And yes, like I really don't understand this type of coaches or seconds. Like, why do you go knight f3 against their dog moves? Just play some line, and of course, their dog moves is well prepared, but what are you trying to get? Yes, this is hard for me to understand these approaches. And let's see the pairings for round four. Oh, it is going to be Erdogmus against Niels Grandelius, another difficult game for Niels. Noderbeck is playing against Arjun. Jordan Van Forest is against Magnus, and Zhu Jiner against Andy Woodward. Okay, let's see our games, and we have Queen e2, Bishop c6, and Knight d2. Of course, b4 ideas aren't working. B takes a does not work. I can always go knight c4. Let's say if you take, I go knight c4, and then I will take on a4. And maybe with this knight d2, white is preparing. Of course, not at the moment. I need to go king h1 or maybe h3, king h2, and then f4. I like this concept. B4 isn't working. I don't have, and what's the point behind? For example, I might go queen b somewhere, like queen b8 or maybe queen b7 or queen b8, threatening b takes a. Threatening b takes a. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Because if you play something like rook fd8, then I will go this h3, king h2, and then f4, and then g4. Those are the ideas. And what are we having? King a1 this, and now h4, bishop d6. G4 is working for sure. G4 is working for sure. Yes, he of course played queen b8 because if you play something like bishop d6 here, I might go on this knight b5. I don't say it works here exactly with the king on a1, but it might work. Yes, you have some bishop a3 ideas, and now if I take with the b pawn or with the knight, it makes very little sense. I need to take, and you have this check. I will take your rook, you will take it, I will go king b1. Yes, this is working, of course, for white. So queen b8 and now bishop d6. Of course, you aren't planning any d5, you aren't planning any b5, and I don't have e5, I don't have f4 also. I would love to play f4, but I think you can take with the bishop on e4. You can also take with the knight. Yes, you can also take my pawn on f4. Everything is hanging. So what about g4? I want to go g4. I'm threatening g5, maybe even g takes 8. You need to take this, no doubt. And here I need to push h5. And the main question, where does your knight belong? Knight h8 is not serious. You have knight f8, but I don't like. Knight e7, I don't like. I think you need to play this or knight f4. Maybe even knight f4. Bishop f4, bishop f4. Yes, I would like to go this, but now you will play some g6. I won't be surprised if g4 works. And of course g4 works. Yes, another move is third option is king a2. Of course, that is not interesting. And knight a4, bishop c7, again g4. Yes, g4. You need to take. And now h5. And knight f4 is the best, and I go h6. Dear friends, please, I didn't know about what engines are giving or suggesting. Yes, you need to play g6, but here your queen is completely out of the game. I have h7, I have f takes g. It doesn't seem very obvious, but doesn't seem very obvious. Yes, this we have b4 and queen d7. White is of course slowly preparing c5, and white needs to go c5. But of course, by pushing c5, you are slightly weakening your d5 pawn, and maybe opponent is preparing bishop h3, but it's not much. And also after c5, I don't think you have bishop h3. Maybe c5 you can try. f3. Well, f3 I don't like. Yeah, c5. You need to play, of course, c5. So f3. Yes, I understand the point of f3. You are preparing against bishop h3, but you just closed your bishop. You just closed your bishop. Hello, Ari. Can black play some c4 then b4 for some counter play on dark squares in the previous position? Okay, let me check. Let me. Ah, I see. This c4. I was thinking about c4, and yes, your point is being d takes c, and even if I take d takes c, you might have also this. You might have easily b takes a because now b4 doesn't work. B takes a, I'm losing my bishop. I don't have these nice c4 ideas. But wait, I have in between move, right? I have this move. Because now if you go, of course, bishop b5 doesn't work, and here I can take already d takes c. This is some small, I would even say maybe even big advantage for me because b takes c doesn't work. Here I have knight b5, but knight b5 is slightly dangerous because of these ideas. I would go knight c2. I would go knight c2, but you can of course take on d3, which forces me to take, and now you will take with the pawn, of course. So this, of course, you don't have any. Oh, knight d2. I like c4. So black went rook fd8. Again, first you can go rook fd8 because f4 ideas aren't working. You have this c4, and I need to go h3, king h2, f4. I need to play king h1, but you can already go c4. Of course, rook on d8 will be much better for you than, let's say, my king on h1. But you have c4. I absolutely agree with you. You have c4. And yes, d takes c, b takes a is coming. Yes, no doubts. But now by having my pawn here, I might also go this. I might go this because this is again very concrete. You need to play knight e8 maybe. Because if you take this, I have king g2. And I need to play king g2 because this you have bishop f1. Bishop f1 is working, so I need to take this. And you have some checks, but knight e8. Knight is not well placed on e8, but still possible. And yes, a takes b doesn't really work. What about this? If I take, yes, you can take this, but this one I don't like. You have b4. I need to play this. I think this is also better for me. I have my ideas. I can go a5. Yes. And king h1. Yes, king h1 is preparing f4, of course. And here, of course, if you want to go c4, you can do it now. And your rook is on d8. You can easily go back with the knight. So let's see. Yes, by queen b8, you are of course threatening b takes a, and you are forcing white to take. Bishop b7, I don't understand because we just had our bishop on b7. Knight b8. Knight b8 is also dangerous. c4 at the moment does not work because of bit c. Bit c and b4 ideas. Yes, knight c2. White doesn't have any problems. Black doesn't have compensation, enough compensation. But and here again you will take, and now b4 and knight c5. This is very concrete because pawn on a4 and pawn on d3 are under attack. And yes, this is completely lost, right? I'm threatening checkmate. Rook b8 is coming. Kohei Yamada, he is doing great. And here, what do we have? So it was 94 and then f5 and then f3. And here I can go knight d6, I can go knight f6, but Kojima decided to take. You need to take with the knight, bishop f6, attacking this pawn on d4 and asking how do you defend. You can go e3. Of course, you would like to go e4, but pawn is hanging. Yes, e3. You have. Maybe you need to go. Yes, and we have g4 by Otsuka. Otsuka went g4. Honestly speaking, I'm very much impressed by Kan Nakahara's opening prep. Yes, Ari, please, if you are still with me, you can check Nakahara's game against Kojima because it was very interesting game. You can check if you of course have free time. And this opening also like mm, up to move 12, Yamada played yes the strongest and the best blind, and Kojima also. So they have some opening ideas. They know. And bishop f4, but yes, I can even push g5 right here g5. Yeah, g5 forces knight h7, and yes, if I go g5, you need to go knight h7. And how do we break through? Do we go this? I would like to have e2 square for my knight. Yeah, bishop f4 is very classy. G takes edge, you will take knight h5. I think I can afford myself going g takes edge, knight h5, and then some rook g1 ideas, rook c to g1. Yes, g5 is there. I can take g takes h also, something like this. And you start putting pressure on this b6. And bishop h3. Bishop h3 I don't like much. Possible move, but yes, please, you can check that game. You can check that game. And what are we having here? Another interesting position. Yes, if all ideas are super hard for me to play, you will just take the take c. And now, yes, 94 queen d3 ideas are coming. D take c, you have queen d3. d4, I might have. Yes, I have b4, but before you will play knight a4. I have d4. So if you play this, I think you are losing your pawn, no? How do you defend? Queen d5, c4. Maybe you can play this, but I hardly imagine this to work like this. You want to go this, queen g2. I think d4 is working, no? As d4, of course. Long castle, very big inaccuracy. You can go d4, you can go also a4. But d4, forcing you to go knight a6, but look at your knight. You need to play knight e4, but now we take. And then we go knight d2. I'm ready to take queen d5, and I have b4. I can also play this, and why not g4? And then queen g2. Yes, this is also worth. Not the strongest, but white is anyway massively better. Mhm. Yes, Jan won. Parham drew. Wow, Parham drew. Saric won. Murali Kartikeyan won. Haik Martirosyan won. Aditya won. Mendonca and aren't we? Yes, we aren't having many surprises. Pierre won. Amar won. Sokolovsky won. Smirin drew. And then Chinese player won. Sonis drew. Mustafa won. Suyarov won. And then Lalit Babu drew. Emin Ohanyan drew. Paul Veltan won his game. Yes, Oro Faustino won his game. Oro crushed. Then we can check some of the games. Mamikon Aribian won his game. Frederick, because he was playing against Anna Cantane. What are we having? Let's go back. Maybe we can check Fear. Wow, Fear, very beautiful game. Yahli Sokolovsky, Sonis, Mustafa, maybe Suyarov's game. And Emin Ohanyan, he drew. And are we having any other beautiful games? Jan Nepomniachtchi won. Uh, Ivan Saric won. Yes, I think they were uh, very obvious and very obvious favorites. Maybe this one is beautiful game. Okay, let's see quickly. Oro Faustino is playing with the white pieces against 21-36. And Rook G1. Preparing G4, G5 ideas, and now G4. And Faustino does e takes d, knight takes d4, bishop g7, bishop e3. Uh, can I go short castle and then maybe take on e4? No, take on e4 doesn't work. So knight c5, f3, and now queen d2. Queen e2 would have been better. Oh, bishop g4 here works. Wow. You take here, then knight f takes e4 comes, and then queen h4 comes. You go long castle again, I can take on e4, rook g4, then takes queen h4. So, okay, this. Yeah, black missed this chance. Yes, they are super slow, of course. King b1, knight a4 takes, look at your position, knight f5, g takes, and then rook g7, and then bishop d4, queen is coming to g5, bishop c4. Still, maybe you can go rook g8, because this, queen c3, the rook is coming to g1, or bishop is coming to f6, b3 first, and bishop f6, yes. Interesting game. And what are we having? Another one is, oh, this is the game. Mamikon Arabian won with the white pieces against Henry Koskinen from Finland. So this, and then knight h5, bishop e5. What's the strongest time? Not the percentage. Bishop g5, bishop h4 is there. So f6, bishop g3, knight g3 takes, c takes d, c takes d, f5. Oh, f5 I don't like. White wants to play some bishop d3, but f5, bishop b5, of course. Rook c1, knight b3, knight is coming to c5. Still you can play, but knight c5, takes, b4, then a3, queen a4, queen b5 is coming, c6, knight d4, b5, queen a7, and then rook f6, rook h6, but this This is nothing, takes, and then f3. Yes, very classy game. Fear won, but I just wanted to see. Wow, it was important opening game. Knight d5, h4. Another move is knight f3. And now bishop e7. Yes, you need to play queen f3. Yes, but this makes queen f3, f5, bishop takes, rook f8 is coming. It was this long castle, knight f4, rook e1 takes. Usually you are having your pawn on h2 and it's white's turn. So f6, just defending. And now c5, rook b8, rook b4 is coming, rook b4, bishop b7 would have been stronger. And here I need to take rook e3, another strange decision. No, it was no, just oh, look at this, queen f4, rook f4, e takes f, and checkmate is unstoppable. Oh, so Yaro played this line. So takes rook e1, and then d4, and then takes bishop f4. As this, bishop c5, queen e7, stopping bishop b4, knight d2, knight c4, b4. F5 important move, stopping bishop e6, bishop d6, defending, and now queen g3, f6 is coming, bishop e5 is coming, queen g5, queen h6, bishop f8 is coming, bishop f8, what a beautiful move. If you take, I guess rook f8 is working, queen h6 and rook d8, of course. And now rook d8, wow, beautiful. If you take, then bishop g7, takes, and then queen d8, and now takes, and then rook d1, rook d8 is coming. Yes, Puya, Dani Puya won, I think without much difficulties. Jet x7, bishop d2. You have some compensation, but it's not enough, and then takes, and then takes, and then takes. And how queen g2, bishop g5 is coming. Now bishop g5, bishop f6, queen g5 is coming anyway. g1, queen f3, queen h5 is coming, and now rook g5. And now takes, queen f4, queen g5, and checkmate is unstoppable. Let's see what are we having. And king h1, queen b8, and f4. So what if I take b takes a? What if I take b takes a? This is because your f5 is nothing, your e5 is nothing as well. You have ideas to go g4, g5, but what if I take your pawn? Do you want to go g4, it takes b g5, but no. Why b takes a isn't working? Wow, he says like knight c4, you need to take, otherwise b takes a, and rook a6. Wow, this is interesting. Queen b8 and now f4. As we predicted, king h1, f4, and b takes a doesn't really work. And here g5 and knight a4, bishop c6. And how should we play? Because knight b6 doesn't work, I guess you can take just here. But what if I take, can I take knight c6 and then knight b6? I guess I can, right? Queen b6, bishop f4. Yes, exactly. Bishop d1, of course, and another move is to take, and you go knight b6. Bishop e3, queen e3, and you take, I go bishop f4, takes. You have some possible compensation, knight is coming to f8, but you need to be very much careful with the white pieces. Yes, no doubts. Round 2 will play this knight c6 and knight b6. Otsuka, I apologize. Wow, g4. It was g4 takes knight g6, and now knight f4 is coming, knight h4 is coming. No, this I don't like. This I don't like. Rook f7, rook f8. Black is already very active. You would like to have your bishop on g3, but even if you have your bishop on g3, you are not better enough. So after bishop f6, white is thinking, and this is again completely lost. And we have d4, of course, d4, knight a6, and Alex goes b4, threatening b5, one of the strongest, knight e7, and a4. Knight f5, you just go b5 and you go c4. Okay, uh, one website, it's called chesspeak.app, and here you can join, you can register using your Lichess profile. And here, what do we have? This is the first time I'm using, and a friend of mine recommended. And this is something new, collected positions. Dear friends, very much I recommend. Here you can see Grandmaster 26 plus, and this is expert 1822. This is intermediate 1400, and then personalized, train your weaknesses, and then this is master 22 26. Yes, so Grandmaster 26 plus Lichess ratings. And here another important detail. So let's say you can click there. You can apply for, uh, let me just see. Yes, you can apply for being coach. And what's the point? Here you are inviting your students. Let's say you know their Lichess profiles, and then you can follow them. You can follow and see how well they are solving and where are they facing difficulties, and all the information. So this is something new. I very much recommend, and this is the first time I'm going to use chesspeak.app, and yes, here you can invite anyone if you know, and then follow him, his result. Let's say you are a coach and you want to see your students, how they are solving, how they are working. Here you can see it. And let's start with beginner, hanging piece. Yes, level I don't mind. Puzzle one. Great. Yes, we take, and then we take this, and then we take it, and then we go king f4, I guess. Queen f3 is a checkmate. Queen a1 is a checkmate. And queen takes c6. And then knight takes g5. Rook takes c7. And then king takes c7. And then bishop takes c1. Bishop takes g3. Rook takes b8. Rook takes, and rook takes d8 checkmate. This one I liked. Next level. And this one, let's say we take here. We go queen f1. Go rook e4. And then we take. We go bishop b2, rook e8, king f7, right? We need to take. We need to go to get paid, and that endgame was winning for us. Yes, knight takes f6 and then knight takes d5. Queen takes c8 is a checkmate. Queen a1 and then queen f1 is a checkmate. And then queen a1 and queen takes c1 is a checkmate. Rook 8 is a checkmate. Okay, this is back to this is for beginners, and the topic is no, I go let's say to board, not board, profile, back, back. Yes, hanging piece, fork, pin, skewer, back, rank, mate in one, save the king, attacking f2, f7, trapped piece, promotion, mate, so everything you want. And now I would like to see, yes, this one, skewer. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, check, and we take it. So this one is harder. What is it? Ah, yes, we go check, then we go check, then we take it. This one we go check, and then we take it. This one we go check, and we take it. We go check, then we take, and then check, and then check, and then takes. This one. Queen b4, queen c5. I need to play this. Yes, I need to play this, and I need to play check. I need to take it. Okay, this one rook check, right? That takes. Check, and then takes. And then check, and then takes. And then check, and then takes. Now we go, let's say, to and then we go to advanced. Yes, this one. Let's see how difficult this one is. Now we need to take queen b2, I guess. We need to take queen a1, I guess. What is happening here? Wait. Queen a5, right? Queen a5, and then queen takes a4, and pawn endgame is winning. Okay, this one we go f5, and then we take queen d7. This one we go rook h5, I guess. And then rook takes g4. This one should be some queen d3. Then queen takes d2, I guess. What is the, yes, we go check, I guess, and then rook takes f8, right? Okay, a3, c6, a2, c7, a1, queen e5, queen. We need to play d6, bishop d4, d takes c. Yes, I guess d takes c is enough, because c takes d you might play some. This one should be enough. Oh, yes, rook h8, and then rook g2, and then rook g7, and then takes on. What is this? Queen b7. It's queen b7 should be the move. Not taking the. And now take on h8, I guess. Oh, I very much recommend, dear friends, and yes, all everything you can do, and let's say expert. Double check, for example, double check. Yes, this one is knight f3, queen h6, I guess. This one is knight g2, knight e3. This one should be, how do you play? Knight f3, but knight f3, knight h4. This one is bishop f3, king takes f3, rook takes c3, but it doesn't, you don't checkmate, really. Queen g3, bishop h3, that should be this. And now, if I go rook f6, then you will take. If I go queen e3, but it should be this, right? And now this doesn't work. Knight f3 should be this, right? Knight e7 and queen. This one. We can take bishop takes e5. Knight f3 and knight f2 checkmate. This one takes and rook g3 checkmate. This one, how do we, yes, check and checkmate. This one check and checkmate. This one should be, but knight e7, king h8. I need to take knight f6, king h8, and there. Knight takes h7. I'm not sure knight h7 is the best. But I think yes, knight h7 is the best. Yes. And you can solve as much as you want. Let's see. Oh, we are having c4 as Ari suggested, c4 and b takes c. Because if I take d takes c, then b takes a is coming, of course. So b takes c before, knight c2, knight c5, and here knight d4. We have super complicated position. What's the rook d4, bishop d4, knight a4, knight c6, rook c6, rook takes a4. If I take with the bishop, why bishop takes doesn't work? Of course I can push, and bishop takes a4, of course. Bishop takes a4, f5 I don't like, I need to push e5 or g4, I guess. Yes, I need to play e5. You will go knight fd7 or knight e8, both moves are okay. Maybe, yes, this one or this one. But now I can push f5 also, right? f5 is coming. Isn't f5 coming? Oh, now e5. e5 should be the move. Yes, of course, e5. And now both, no, bishop e8, but you are, and if knight e8, f5 is coming. Yes. Now black is in some trouble, you know? Very smart idea. Knight d2, king h1, f4. I like it very much. And this one, knight c6, and now I'm expecting knight b6 to be played. Yeah, rook f3, knight f3, rook f3 doesn't work, rook f3 doesn't work. But you can try already rook f7, or maybe even rook f4. But the main problem, I would go bishop e1. No, I would go bishop e1, And bishop takes h4. But you can try rook f7. If I go bishop e1, maybe you can. No, but knight f3 doesn't work. I will just take, and now I have rook f7. Queen e4, queen f3 is coming. I'm not sure why black rushed with this knight h4. You have queen f7, but you aren't going to take on f3, I guess. Yes, and my idea is to go bishop e1. You can try some a takes b, maybe a takes b, rook a1, bishop a1. Yes, this makes some sense. No, black isn't having any problems, of course. Knight b6 we are having, and here e3, queen e7, and g4. Because after queen e7, black is ready to go some g5 ideas. So g4, f takes g, f takes g will follow. You can go, of course, g5, but g5 I will go bishop g3. Should I do f takes g? F takes g, you will take g5. I have bishop is c7, but that is more g5, bishop g3, f4. My idea was bishop f2, f takes c, bishop e3. Yes, I apologize. Yes, f takes g. I need to take f takes g, and what does like and what do I play? Felix Arakelian, Felix Arm wants to be friends. Yes, let's Let's be. But I have e5. I have e5 also. No, g5 I don't like. Bishop g5 I don't see, and white wants to play knight f3. No, e5. E5 is the point. Bishop g3 you take. I take knight e5. I was slightly scared, but yes, of course, if g you need to take, and yes, computer doesn't. Oh, bishop d4 is even working. Yes, e5 is the second best, but bishop d4 is also working. I missed f takes, and no doubts, Shinya Kojima will slowly outplay. Yes, knight b6 we are having, and d5, knight d7 we are having. This is completely lost. Queen d4 is coming. I can do anything I want. So Kentaro Togawa didn't play well. This one, mhm, Alex chose in this position to play knight b3, b5. Of course, you can go b5 and c4 as well. It doesn't ruin anything. And then e4. I would like to maybe push c4. Again, white is massively better, no doubt. You can go c4, you can do anything you want, you wish. Yes, already 2 hours I'm live, I'm streaming. And yes, bishop d4. Kojima goes bishop d4, queen f7. Black here went queen f7, threatening some knight f3, but I have very big doubts that at the queen e2 you can take it. That's good. Okay, now I will go for some short break, and after 7 minutes we can continue. Yes, I'm back. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And we are back. What are we having here? Ooh. So e5 and now knight f3. Yes, f5 is also working. Yes, but it doesn't seem very obvious, you know. If f5, you might take knight e5. You might also take queen e5. So we have knight f3, knight b6. Your knight doesn't do anything, and f5, bishop e8. This should be winning. This should be winning for white. Uh, hmm. You want to go knight b6 to a4, and then get my bishop. I have f takes c, bishop h3. I have f6. No, f6 should be the move, of course. Let's try to make this work. f5, f6, you need to take, because bishop f8, I have knight g5, you need to take. And here I'm having two moves. One is knight f5, you need to take and it takes f, and another one is, of course, to go it takes f. You need to take again, and yes, how do I checkmate? How do I attack? I have knight g5. I have also this knight f5, which I like very much. I like very much, which forces you some bishop b2. I have knight h6. If I'm not mistaken here, yes, f5 is working, and what if knight e5? Yes, f takes c comes, and queen e5, knight e4. Knight e4 doesn't seem very obvious, but if takes, you take. With the bishop, a4 is hanging, you want to jump with the knight. So knight f3, and anyway, decent move. Yes, and this f5 is the strongest, bishop e8 is the best. And yes, we need to go f6. We need to go f6 because h4, of course, you are again preparing. But I like f6, and here you need to play bishop f8 because g takes f. We have this knight e6, maybe even knight f5 is interesting. Takes, you need to take. And I have knight e6, what's the point? And if takes, knight takes d8. Of course, queen e8 comes. You need to go bishop f8. You need to go this, and I have my pieces jumping, going, knight g5. Wow. f6, of course, he will go f6. And here in this position, this rook c2, queen c5. I need to get my queen back and then start pushing f4. I have this maybe, and then this. But you can always, but queen f2 doesn't do anything. Black wants to go rook b3, maybe king a2. I can afford myself. You want to go rook b3. You really want to go rook b3, but how dangerous like this? Because if you go rook d8, I have rook d2 ideas. Rook b3, I would go queen d6 maybe. And no, 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 no. This is a takes b. I'm going to take bishop takes b2, b4, and always I can go b6, stopping c5. Knight f3 ideas doesn't work because rook is coming f2. No, it is still it's possible. Still it's possible because I have queen g6. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. Yes, a takes bishop b4, b6. Why this move doesn't work? Not because of rook f2, queen g6, but you have queen d3. We have queen d3 and my pieces are stuck. And what are we having? So bishop h6, bishop a7. Yes, basically after bishop a7, the point is here, if you take, I will take it takes d. And yes, bishop a7, bishop g5 doesn't work, bishop f4 doesn't work, I can take, you go queen g6, I have rook f6 ideas, I'm sure. But rook f6, maybe I have something even better, knight e5. But yes, rook f6 also should be working. So it was rook f1 takes, now rook f8, and then check queen g7. This is completely winning. Queen g7, king g7, rook f8, knight f8. You need to take king h8. Shinya Kojima will win today's game. Maybe this is the current position. Yes, this is the current position, and the evaluation is -4. Black is dominating, and but why not queen d4? Queen d4, queen b4, isn't queen d4 coming? Yes, queen d4, queen c4. But you can take, no? You can take queen c4 also, rook b4. No, black is completely winning. And f6, of course. Nanja goes f6, bishop f8, and Nakahara, like how strong he plays. How strong for 22-44. This is insane. And I like the level. I would like to go knight g5. So can we try knight g5? You need to go g6. And why knight h7 isn't working? So no, it does not work. King takes. Why rook f4 isn't working? It is possible. You have here knight a4 ideas. You have some spreads. Yes, this is also lost for black. A6 is coming. You need to go already queen c8. I assume, but okay. C5 isn't. You need to be careful of this. But you can do like knight e5 is a decent move. Knight e5, f takes c, and then rook f7 comes. If you take bishop e5, I can take f takes c. No, Alex is massively better. Mhm. Alex is massively better. Level 2. Wait, knight d6 does not win. Knight f6. Rook g7, rook g8. This is known. And how do I checkmate? I go 91, right? I go 91 and checkmate. And here, how do I checkmate? I go rook g2 and then I go, yes, I go check and then rook g1. And this is queen d8 and bishop a5. And then rook d8 checkmate. And this one is, wait, bishop f7. Then knight e5 should be. The queen f7 should be. Then queen takes e8. Yes, and this one should be not knight f5, of course, queen g7, and then knight f5, then knight takes c7, and then knight takes c4. This one should be rook g8, king g8, queen h8. This one should be knight takes c2, double check, and then queen d3, and then bishop d3. This one is, wow, I have knight h3, but knight f4 looks much more tempting. And how do I checkmate? I go knight e2, double check. I have also knight d3. Yes, knight d3 is, knight d3, queen e5. But that is winning for me also. No, but I guess that we can try checkmating. Oops. I I did one mistake. Because I wanted to go knight e2, but king g4 is coming up. Because if you go king h3, I have knight g1 and bishop this. No, but bishop d7 doesn't work. Rook d1 and d5, and here a takes b and b6, and again we see that. Let's go to chess.com. Make a cartoon. My turn. Yes, I need to take on e6. Good. Go to watch events. Where is Baku? Yes, this one, and especially one game. Um, this one. So insane prep by Sina. Here you go c5, takes. This is known against Abdimalik. Abdimalik, Abdi, Abdisalimov, of course. First, apologize. So takes a3, knight c6, queen c2, rook e8. So long castle is possible, b4 is possible. Yes, I very much recommend this move, long castle, and now you go e5. Yes, c takes d, you can take e takes f, bishop g5 is the best. Before, Jan Nepomniachtchi she played recently. You can take bishop f6, e takes d doesn't really work, knight d5, and here you go on bishop e6. Bishop d3 is the strongest, then you go h6, some other moves are also there. And I need to take already, maybe, and takes and rook c8. This is super complicated position, and yes, we see that black is having 1 hour 22 minutes, and white has only 50 minutes. And Abdisalimov, he didn't know this position. I'm guessing he went g4, and already bishop a3. You know, bishop a3, I guess, and then knight a5 was the point. Knight a5, yes. So I played b5, super logical, g5, f5, bishop f5, b takes c, g6, f6, takes. You need to take e takes d. E takes d, knight d4, knight d4, e takes d, queen f5, but it was this, queen e8. Yes, no need to take. You forgot about knight b4. Queen before this, and then rook c3, and then this. And if you take a takes b, just queen a4 or queen g6 is coming. So this, of course, completely hopeless position. You are going to get checkmated. You are also going to lose your pieces. Yes, very impressive win. Very good game. I will download it and analyze. Oh, black won so easily. Yeah, she forgot about this knight a5. C6 bishop, if takes bishop f7, it's nothing, right? Takes rook f8, b takes a, queen a5. Black is already better. Stopping bishop g4. G takes queen h4 comes and you are getting checkmated. Bishop h5, rook f5. Bishop f4 takes rook f4. She didn't play well and she lost. Yes, Alex went rook a2. He's of course preparing c5 and opponent goes g5, but this is so lost. I can take f takes g, I can go a6. No, Alex is massively better. Yes, c5 is coming. Anything you want, you can do. This is also completely lost for white. This is, yeah, the strongest is to go queen c4 maybe. On board 4, we are going to have 0, 1, board 6, 1, 0, board 4, 0, 1, and all other games are not obvious. Even this one, I don't think this is that much winning. So it was e5 and now queen d2, stopping rook d8 ideas. Knight is coming to g6 or e6. You need to play queen d6, queen f2. I understand because if you take rook d6, c5 is coming. But now I will take your pawns. You can take, of course, on c6. No, this I wouldn't say. This maybe computer likes. Yes, white is better, but c5 he goes. Mm, yes, white is better, and white is. And Nanjo played bishop c1. I like this move. Yes, of course, very logical one. They both are playing very strong. Let's see if anyone is online. Artin is playing. White shark. Maybe we can play some games on chess.com. Okay, let's go. The 6 takes. Knight d7, a5. We need to push. We have rook b8 ideas. We have f5 ideas. We have bishop h4, right? Maybe f4. Maybe e4. And now f takes g first, or we don't need to take. bishop g5 maybe. We can also play f takes g, h takes g, rook f2, king f2. I guess we need to take bishop f6. Maybe queen e7 first. Yes, I'm ready to take bishop g3, queen, bishop e5, queen e5. Yes, this, but I need to play some bishop g4, stopping long castle ideas. Rook h4, h5 is coming. Bishop h3, rook f3 is coming. Yes, I have some threats like queen f6 I can try. Rook f1, and if I take, he wants to take with the king, but no, he missed something. Queen d2 he will play. I can take bishop b2. I can also take bishop g3. Queen e3 may be the best. Bishop d4, queen f4. And I can take bishop f2 also. Oh, he blundered. He blundered something. Yes, but bishop d4. Yes, let's take. Let's take with the rook. Yes, he resigned because he was rushing. Yes, this. 3, and I'm having ideas to go rook b8. I have also this known idea, and now e4, g takes f. Yes, f takes c, and here bishop g5. I took and I played bishop f6. I played queen e7, queen d3. You need to play, and here already black is bishop d4, queen g5. I played this, and you need to take with the bishop, but not this. Okay, we can play one more game. c4. Let's say takes knight d5. Wow, takes bishop d3. What is this? I don't. H4. We will play some h6 stuff. Yes, I have so many moves. I'm slightly confused. I can go h4. Short castle bishop g4. He might play. Okay, that's fine. Okay, h3. I will take. Let's c1. Maybe slightly preferable position for me, but I don't think anything special. I want to go some queen c5 maybe. Very unpleasant position. I will go b4. I will go knight e5. Yes, he doesn't see. Maybe bishop takes a4, I guess. Bishop takes a6, I guess. I can go this. I can also go knight e5, knight e5. This is so unpleasant. Should be very unpleasant position for him. Bishop d7 takes bishop a6. I will check the chat after this game. Okay, maybe f4. No, this is completely lost. I'm taking, yes, I'm winning this pawn and then bishop b3. No, but let me check. Hi, GM Samuel, which opening should 2000 FIDE add in their repertoire to play without theory but understanding of the position? Please give your GM insights. Now, if you want to play some openings without much working on openings without much knowledge, you need to play some safe and solid openings like d4, d5, c4, e6, and after knight c3 you can try a6. Yes, c takes d is coming. Yes, knight f3 also you can go a6. So basically d5, e6, a6, and Niels Brandelius, he has uh, chess-able course if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I could. I could. No, that was already winning position. He didn't have time, and I agree that f5 e6 would have been maybe even stronger, but uh, I was sure that he doesn't have time, and I'm having extra position, extra pawn winning position. Okay, let's see. Wow, wow, here we have some crazy development. G6, bishop f4. I think with the obvious idea is to go queen e3 and bishop h6 and black plays h6. Black is wow. This looks completely hopeless for black. Queen e3 is coming. You need to play king h7. No, this should be completely hopeless. No, no. Yeah, the queen d2. What? Queen d2, knight c4, queen e3, king h7, of course. Yes, I can go h4. And Shinya Kojima won. Yes, we left somewhere here, and then check takes knight f6. You don't have many squares to run away with your queen, and now bishop g4. You're down a piece, and you don't have any counterplay. So takes, bishop b2, attacking on f1, on c4, and now rook e8, rook f6. I can also take rook e5, I'm sure. Queen f6, this, and black won the game. Shinya Kojima won, and he's 5 out of 6. Important win for him. This is also completely hopeless for Kentaro Togawa. Yes, why not rook f d8? I'm not sure. You can play also rook b5. Rook d8 is also coming. Yeah, black is completely winning. This one is also winning for Alex Overbook. He can go a6, he can take on g5, take on f7, anything he wants and he wishes. So this one doesn't look completely lost because knight f3, rook f3, or you take rook f3, rook f3. F3 is well protected. Yes, I have ideas to go a4, a5, but yes, you cannot really push h5 because always pawn on g5 is hanging. I think at some point you need to go bishop f6 and maybe get your bishop somewhere on e7, defending on g5 and trying h5. But again, I don't think black is, black doesn't have problems, but black, yes, it's equality. It's just equality. Oh, bit XA was possible because knight f3, queen d3. Against d4, you need to study, I guess, Caro-Kann. You can play Caro-Kann with the white pieces. If you don't want to work very hard, very much, and learn uh, and study all the openings and lines, you need to play, I guess, d4 and maybe London. You can try London opening. This is completely winning, completely lost. And Queen e3, King h7, Rook d1. They are just crazy. And this is lost because your H pawn doesn't go anywhere. And Otsuka took on a6, got the bishop on c4, and he's massively better. Okay, let's play. Yes, Road to World Championship 2025. Yes, if I go knight c6, you will play some a3, I guess. Yes, 97, this is typical. 95, I need to take. You want to play some knight a5 ideas? Okay, let me play this and then bishop d8. Bishop d8. Bishop b6. Bishop c3. Yes, he maybe wants to play some. Okay, we can play queen c7, knight c5, takes, bishop d3. Yes, can we go b5 or not really? Let's try b5. Yes, we can take b takes c, I guess. Cannot be very bad. And what about knight e4 and then f5? Let's go knight e4 and then bishop d3, f5. Yes, f5, it takes, I take f takes c. Yes, I need to play some queen b5, e3, rook f4 is possible option, but he will go some bishop 2. Let's go queen b6, putting more pressure on this pawn. Yes, I have bishop f4 and yes, maybe we can take some bishop d4 stuff or not, or this doesn't work. Yes, queen e6, king h8, bishop d4 doesn't work, bishop c3 is coming, bishop d4. Yes, rook f8, rook f8 after queen e6. Yes, this can. Oh, of course, I forgot that bishop is protected. I need to play. Maybe I can take in queen b5. Why not? They will play queen c4, right? Let's don't rush with. Okay, let's go king h8. Yeah, but now I wanted to take maybe some h6 with this. Well, wasn't wasn't easy at all. A5, D5, Queen C8, D5, and B. Karokan, any good course recommendation which has less theory? Thank you so much. I'm not sure about the London, but I will add Caracan and d5 e6 a6 system against d4 to jump from 2000 to let's say IM level. Which area of the game is most important to work on? Below IM level, which area if we master will be most effective and unpleasant for most opponents? No, you are first of all. Uh, Mm, some of the questions are interesting, but you need to work hard. Like you are having a rating of 2000 and you want to become an international master. Of course, everywhere you are lacking in your skills, in your understanding. It's like uh, any you need to any area you need to work openings, understanding, positional chess, calculation, end games, everywhere you need to improve. And if you will improve all of them, then you will, of course, see the results and you will gain rating points. Yes. Even from 2000 to 22, it will be very hard to jump. And this one, yes, they agreed in a draw. So bishop f6, bishop e7. White is also waiting. So game ended in a draw. And yes, knight g5, bishop g5, this is crazy. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work, but super interesting. b3, you. Oh, this is impressive. This is very impressive because I want to go rook f4, rook h4. Computer doesn't like this at all because you have b4 ideas and then knight c4, I guess. B2, B2, not b4. Wow. Yes, I could play queen d2. Attacking here, king h7, queen b4, and you don't have any knight jumps because queen f8 will be coming. Mm. So I played queen e3, another super logical g5. I can take with the bishop, king h7, defending on h6, and now rook d1, generally cementing this pawn, and now b3, knight g5, h takes g, bishop takes g5. Yes, b2, and I guess if rook f4, then knight c4, right? Knight c4 also works, and some other moves as well. No, this is lost, but still game goes on. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Black is so much winning, and rook g2 is a threat. You can go g3, of course. G3, bishop c1 is even better, I guess. And here Otsuka says your h4 pawn doesn't go anywhere, and Totsuka is 4 out of 5. He lost. Uh, I don't exactly remember. Wow, 10 people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, my rating is 3071 on chess.com. I will try after or between analyzing the games to cross 3100. 3000. Let's see if we can. It isn't going to be easy. And lucky man So from China, from Vietnam, I apologize. And bishop f4. No, let's go c6. Let's go bishop f5. Takes e6. Bishop b4. And b7. Bishop a5. Otherwise, knight d5 ideas might be there. Short castle. We need to go this. e4. E4 is possible. We can take on e4 and try. Yes, we can take, and maybe hit 6. Bishop c3. What should we do? Maybe some knight f6 or queen f6. Knight f6 is also interesting. Let's go knight f6. Moving the queen somewhere, and maybe no, b5 isn't really working. What can we do? So b5, we will take c takes b. Okay, let's go b5 anyway. Long-term compensation. You go c5, I will get control over d5. Yes, this is the strongest. You need to take. I will go knight d5, and then slowly trading the pawns and everything. Yes, why not a5? A5 does look interesting. Not big fan of this position and this idea, but some queen b8 we can also. I think I'm super close to equalize the game. Bit a bishop a5. Yes, he goes there. I need to take, takes. We can go. Yes, we have enough activity. Something like bishop d6, or I don't know, maybe rook a2. Maybe g5. Bishop f4. I need to be very active. Let's try to get stop this pawn. Bishop a5 maybe. Oh, this is just game over. And this is maybe not that easy. Still should be winning. You have queen d5, I guess. As queen d5 is completely winning. And knight a4 we have. I don't like it much, but rook f4, you will go b2, rook h4, bishop h6, b1. Maybe knight a4 is also winning rook f4, but what if b2? You need to go rook b1. I have studied many courses, and my calculation and positional understanding is good, but I don't have much understanding of playing. Now, this does sound, of course, at least strange. I have studied many courses, and my calculation and positional understanding is good. My calculation and positional understanding is good, but I don't have much understanding of playing different types of positions. No, but who did say that you have very good calculation and positional understanding? I mean, maybe for your level you have, but for international master, I even solved the position Gelfand failed to solve in 1+ hour from Agar's book and email team. This is good. This is good. Some good sign. How old are you? Sam, I also memorize some whole opening courses, but now they are all gone from my memory. Yes, this is very common. Most of my students and I myself, you study, you went through all these PGN files or courses, and then after 1 week or 1 month, you forget them all. How many hours do strong GM like yourself spend revising openings you memorized in a day or week? Please give us some idea. Now, this is uh, like imagine I'm playing any tournament with, let's say, I have been playing so many years, and with black pieces or white pieces. Before each game, you are checking games of your possible opponents or your exact opponent, and then you start um, checking your openings. Yes, you are checking your openings, and this is like always weeks, months, and years. Uh, and of course, slowly you remember them better. 23 years, good. Wow, wow. I like I like how you describe yourself. Where are you from? Where are you from? No, this is good. Like you are young and you have some finances, so you can um, afford yourself chessable, some courses there, modern chess courses, some books, some material to study chess. Yes, you have free time and you have love. Yes, because all these together, this mix of usually doesn't work. Now, but why do you go queen b4? Why do you need queen b4? To rook h4 is he wants to move the knight. He wants to move the knight, but why not b2? You just push b2 and rook h4 and yes, you are from India. Great. Rook h4 bishop h6 doesn't work because of b1. So he goes this, and now I will play check. I have also bishop h6. I'm sure bishop h6 idea should also be there. Yes. But I go, let's say check, you go here, I go bishop h6, I'm ready to go bishop g7 or bishop f8. He wants to move the knight, maybe even take on d3. Yes, but bishop g7 is very beautiful move, important, takes, and checkmate is coming. No, very unexpected. Mistake. Yes, this is checkmate. We have Kohei Yamada won with the black pieces. And yes, he's 4.5 out of 6. Good. Okay, one more game. One more game we can try. Yes, dark, Alekine. Oh, I'm playing someone very strong. C5, knight C6. Okay, and let's go some E6. Maybe bishop D6 we can play. Also bishop E7 is an interesting move to play. Now bishop D6 takes. Yes, he takes. Okay, bishop takes C5. I think we can play short castle. We don't mind playing short castle and he goes e4. But what if e5? Can we go e5 or not really? But you have also this bishop g5 stuff. Mm. Okay, let's try e5. I'm not sure that this works, but let's try. Bishop g5 he goes. But now my point was maybe to go, maybe to go d takes c. 94, no, 94, bishop e7 I need to play. No, this I don't like. I mixed up. I mixed up everything and I'm having problems, of course. I mixed up everything and now I'm having problems. And yes, I don't want to go queen e7, but okay, let's go bishop e7. If the castle's long side, I will go queen. I hope knight g5 ideas aren't checkmating me. Long castle, he can easily go. Very decent move, of course. And he goes queen c7. I can try. Yes, queen c7 cannot be worse. And later on, yes, h4 he tries. We need to go h6, I guess. We need to go h6, and then later on maybe bishop e6. We can continue bishop c4 then. Yes, he goes king b1. Another great move. He doesn't care much. Yes, what should I do? Bishop e6 I can try, but or rook b8 maybe with ideas to go b5. g4 we can already push g4. I need to push b5. I need to push g4. Bishop takes g4. Yes, he goes knight g5, of course. He goes knight g5, and if I try b5, he will go queen e4. And I need to play some f5. Queen d5 is coming. And I need to go king h8. He will play knight f7. And I think my position slowly collapses. Yes, b5 doesn't really work. How should I play? Okay, let's go b5. I don't see anything better. Yes, we need to take and we need to go e4, I guess. Queen e8, we need to play this. Yes, this is probably game over, right? We need to take with the bishop. And g6 checkmate is coming. And this is lost for me. We can still try this 95. Yeah, g6, knight g6, bishop e4 is playing, and he wants to go rook d8, and then g6 ideas are there. Bishop d7 does not work. I need to take, he will play rook d8, he wants to go g6 and checkmate. So f6, g6, and whatever I play, g6 is checkmating. Whatever I play, g6 is checkmating. No, this is bishop f5, let's try. Okay, he won. Very beautiful game. E4. This is bishop d3. Let's play. What can we do? Maybe 92 we can go. We can also try some rook e1. I think rook e1 is generally okay. Yes, 92. Yes, 92, let's go. Now with the ideas to get the knight on g3. Of course, I'm scared of d5, but hopefully the 5 ideas will not work. Yes, it goes this, but can we take... no, taking with the bishop doesn't look impressive. I can take with the knight. Yes, let's take. No, I like my position. I like because I'm ready to go knight f5. If knight d4, I will take knight d4. c5, I might go e5, c takes d takes f, bishop takes f6. That looks good for me. Yes, but let's go knight e5, c takes d, he will take e takes f, takes queen h5, queen d5, or queen f3, he will move the rook somewhere, and then rook e4, then queen f5, I don't know, but why do I need this? Yes, we can go e5, we can also go knight g5, I guess knight g5 cannot be very bad. Yes, I want to take already on a6 maybe. Yes, 96 I can. Yes, let's go 96, and here I have small idea of queen e2. Yes, he goes there, of course. And now let's try e5. Let's take with the bishop. Now let's go queen h5. g6, bishop g6, takes. Rook e4 or check, and oh, we need to take, and now queen h point. Why queen h6 and rook e4 doesn't work? Let's see this. Yes, but queen g6 is a checkmate now. Queen g6, no, okay. Okay. Yes, black won. Wow, it's crazy. And we have exactly this. Bishop h6, knight d3 this, king g8, knight f2 would change So g7, f takes g, and this is beautiful. You need to take queen f2, and checkmate is coming. This is very beautiful. I was considering queen a5 instead of queen c7. Maybe somewhere white will have to burn on tempo to protect. Yes, king b1 or bishop c4 would come. Well, they did play king b1 without queen a5. Wow, very nice game. Yes, we both checkmated each other, surprisingly or not. Hello, hello. Unfortunately, I don't read. I don't understand. So this one ended in a draw, as we predicted. This one, black won, and Kojima also won. This is completely winning for Nanjo. He will be taking queen f2. And what about this one? Alex is, yes, Alex is most likely winning. You cannot take queen e5, rook f8 is coming. Queen c4, rook c4 ideas are not there. Yes, this is just completely hopeless position. Alex is also going to win. Great game by Alex Auerbuch. And I think only this position remains playable. Knight is on f4. Otsuka is having promising position. He can start pushing b and a pawns. King will be supporting. I'm scared of h3, g6, king g7, but you are too slow. You are too slow. b4, of course. b4, king is coming to b3, a4. Otsuka is winning. Here in this position, he played c5 takes, so he gave up h4 and g5. He captured on c6 and a6. Yeah, bishop c4, and now queen a6, and now bishop d5. Your pawn from h4 doesn't go anywhere, and I'm pushing queen h2, another classy move, trading the queens and b4. I think we are going to have what? Oh, he played king. This is this is some very good chances, some very good chances. But because queen f2, you just take queen f2, and queen e7, queen f6, queen e1, f5, queen f4. He forgot about knight g4, rook takes g4, but this is anyway winning. You need to take rook d4. Wow, but and now you need to play queen h6, and after rook d1, you need to play bishop f1, and after some check, you need to play king g2, and then check king h3. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let's continue playing some more games, trying eventually to cross 3100. Mhm. And Mikhail Bryakin. Mhm. I have checked. I have checked some of the moves. Knight f4, I guess. That should be the point. 6 queen b7. You need to go queen h4 and now g3 maybe. And now why not knight fd5? Because if you go knight d5, I will take bishop. I have also knight e6, which also does look completely winning for me. Okay, knight e6. Position is completely winning, but no, he collapsed. Yes, I knew that b4 is possible. And if you take, I go queen d3. I don't go rook b1 because queen c4, and if I take, it's nothing. I mean, it is possible. Queen h5, and I knew that short castle queen d3 are the moves. Uh, so e6, and now knight f4. Yes, knight f4. You need to play because I have queen b5, and I'm forcing you to play this, and now h3, and now g3, and now knight e6. What happened here? Takes this rook h4 and then check and then knight c6. You need to take queen g5. Yeah, super interesting game. Nanjo won with the white pieces. He checkmated, almost checkmated, but at some point, yes, the main inaccuracy came queen b4 because previously he was playing super well g6, h6, all the quiet moves were precise, not just really hard to explain why do you need your queen on b4. Maybe at some point he wanted to take knight d3 and use the back rank. Yes, but chess is very concrete as we know. And b2, and the main idea is being the justification is that b1 comes and black is faster. Black is faster because I'm threatening checkmate already. If you go, yes, you start ideas to checkmate my king on g8. And only one game left. Yes, Sasha Averbuch, he won. Kohei Yamada won. And this is, yes. Otsuka also won against Toronto. Yes, very interesting games, very interesting round. I think we can learn a lot from them. And with this, let's go here. Are we having any more updates? Maybe some. No. Thank you very much, dear friends. This is all for today. I hope you liked, you enjoyed, and a lot of instructive material. First of all, we are generally discussing chess, some tournaments like Sardinia Open, and also tournament in Sweden, and some of the games, some of the ideas, some of the chess news. And of course, Japan National Championship. Some of the games are super interesting and instructive for 26 plus Grandmaster like me. And again, thank you for being active in our chat, and yes, I appreciate very much. Please like and subscribe if you haven't.